Hi everyone, today I will show you how to make your own 1940s inspired midi skirt, special for the spring and special occasions. You will need your fabric, lining, a zipper, pins, and an iron. To know the exact amount of fabric that you will need, measure your waist and multiply it by 3, plus a few centimeters for the seam allowance. This will be your width. For the length, measure your waist to your mid-chain or below the knee. It really depends on how long you want your skirt to be. My rectangle of fabric is 64 centimeters by 2.10 meters. Once you have cut your rectangle of fabric, roll the edge and pin it. Then, sew along the edge. You can also sew a second time a little higher if you want. I decided not to do it in the end. The lining of the skirt has the same width but is about 10 centimeters shorter in length since I want to play with the transparency of the fabric. Place your lining on top of the wrong side of the fabric and pin them together. Sew along the edge. Make sure to be using thread that match your real fabric. Choose a measure that you like for the pleats. It's better to use whole numbers. I chose to do my pleats 7 centimeters wide. Here's a full diagram of how the box pleats look like. As you can see, the inside, between, and outside measure the same. That's why we multiply the waist measurement by 3 at the beginning. To know the amount of pleats that you will have, divide your waist measurement by the width of the pleat that you want to do. Keep in mind that at the back, once you have folded all the pleats, there can be a few centimeters more or less, but with the seam allowance, you should be fine. Here's a close-up of one of the box pleats that is 7 centimeters wide. Mark the center. From there, measure the half of the measure of a pleat. In this case, it is the half of 7, which is 3.5. Do the same on the other side. Keep marking that same distance until you get to the seam allowance. Take the marking next to the one in the center and bring it to the fourth one and pin it. From there, skip one marking and bring it together. You've just made your first pleat. Repeat the process to the whole width. This is what it should look like from the back and from the front. Now, iron about 10 centimeters, making the pleats sharp. Iron the back as well. Sew with a straight stitch, a little lower than before. For the waistband, the length will be your waist measurement plus a seam allowance, and the width will depend on how big you want your waistband to be times 2. For me it is 75 by 10 centimeters. Once you've got your two identical pieces of lining and fabric, fold them separately in half and iron. Then, place the folded lining inside the fabric and pin it as you go. Take the waistband and place it on top of the right side of the skirt, matching all the raw edges. Pin it in place and sew along the edge with a straight stitch. Now, sew with a zigzag stitch. Turn it in and iron. Pin the fabric with the lining at the place where the zipper will be. Place the zipper right side facing the right side of the skirt and lightly sew to keep it in place. Do the same on the other side. Sew as close as you can to the zipper teeth. Sew the fabric from the end of the zipper until the bottom. Do the same with the lining. And we're done with the midi skirt. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. See you next time.